Dave here from Avid Sibelius Tech Support. I'm just going to show you the process for offline activation of Sibelius using the new Application Manager tool. So first thing I need to do is start Sibelius, and I'll choose the option to activate and just click on the licensing tab at the top. So what you'll find if you're connected to the internet via a corporate internet connection, such as in a school or similar office situation, when you try and use the online activation process, you may get a message at the bottom of the application manager saying the activation server failed to be reached, and this will be the result of restrictions placed on that corporate internet connection that your computer is currently connected by. So the way to get around it is to choose the offline process and enter your system and activation IDs, which we'll grab from our Avid account online. So if I go to account.avid.com, so my computer is still connected to the internet. It's just that the direct writing of the license info to the system drive won't work with certain internet connections. So I'm going to log into my account. Once my login's complete, I'll click the My Products and Subscriptions link, and then I'll locate my Sibelius entry. So I need to click this Show link next to Product Details and Downloads to show all of the detail in the account for that license. So my system ID is here. I can copy that, and I'll just switch back to Application Manager and choose Paste. And then I'll do the same for my activation ID. I can just double click and select the whole thing and right click and choose copy. Paste from here. And now we get some instructions to receive our license file via the Avid license web page. So in order to receive the license.bin file, copy the following information and use a computer with an internet connection to go to avid.com/license. So you can do it all on the same machine because our computer is connected to the internet. So I'm just going to copy this information here, and we'll go to the web browser once again. I'll just paste that URL up the top in the address bar, and it gives us this page. So I'll just switch back to Application Manager, and I will copy the information here. So the first thing it wants is the activation ID. It's in a slightly different order to how we see things here, and this time I have to be a bit careful with my selection and make sure I only select the activation ID, because the web page isn't quite as clever as Application Manager in working out what's what. And I can click in the first box though and just do Control V to paste it over, or Command V if you're on Mac, and that sorts that out and gives us a nice tick. So now we've got an extra entry down here for the system ID as well, but this one here is really important, the device ID. So I'm going to copy that one over. You can see how long this is. You don't want to be trying to type this one out, as it's very likely you'll make a typo and end up with a license file for a device ID that doesn't truly represent your machine, so it will fail. And lucky last, we'll pop the system ID in. I'll just pop my email address in at the bottom. This is just going to send the license file to my email as well, and I'll click Submit. And in a moment we'll get a response with our license.bin file to download. Okay, so I'll click the download button on this one. Just wait for that one to start. Okay, so I have my downloads in Google Chrome on my machine set up to allow me to choose the save location. So in this case I'll choose the desktop. In most general scenarios you'll find they'll go into your downloads folder. So if I check my desktop just to see where that's gone, here's our license.bin file. And I'll come back to our application manager, and I can choose browse now because I know that the file is located on my computer locally now that we've downloaded it. So that's defaulted to the desktop. Select that and choose open, or just double click it. And now I just need to choose activate up the top to complete the activation process. And we're done. And I'll close Application Manager. Quickly check over here. Sibelius is fully activated. Now I can begin my next masterpiece.